Not so long ago we bought this house in the north of Sweden. It has no water, no electricity, no plumbing and no decent heater. What it does have is nature, peace and wood rot caused by an old leaking roof. Anyway, we were on our way to the house as our van broke down. Not a big deal, as the part that failed is quite common and so is the van. But we couldn't drive any further until this was fixed. The only thing was, we were in a pretty remote area. The village where we were had a small one-man garage, but he couldn't help us. It was moose hunting season and maybe he could fix it in 2 weeks. Maybe. We needed a tow into the next biggish town, 250 kilometers down the road. So we called our insurance roadside assistance people and they needed nearly a week to figure out that what we needed was a tow into the next biggish town as the local garage could not help. It took a while, but finally we got dropped off at the car repair shop. After diagnosis and ordering parts, it took about 3 days to get the van ready for travel again. We rented the cheapest car there and it was this rather shabby looking Volvo. Well, at least it kept us dry while traveling from hotel to restaurant. Yes, I know, it's not an easy life. But after a few days of decadent luxury, we were on the road again, heading up north. Finally, we were going home. The house as it is right now is not fit for living in. A lot has to be done and that takes a lot of time and of course money. To pay for all this joy, I have a job and a life outside of Scandinavia, in Holland to be precise. So for a few times a year I travel from Holland to Sweden and then do some work on the house. Not ideal, but until we win the lottery, it has to do. And now, with the van breaking down, the limited time I have was even fewer. As said before, the old roof had been leaking, and even though it had been fixed, the water caused quite some damage from the roof all the way down to the foundation. Most of it in the old kitchen. So I took out the ceiling where tons of sawdust came down and made life a little unpleasant for a tiny bit. The ceiling had some bad rotten bits, but not all of it was bad. To salvage the reusable ceiling planks, I had to take out the nails and cut off the bad bits. This was the dining room, and it will be the future kitchen. It will be one L-shaped open space together with the living room. That way we get more light and it will be easier to heat, and also I think it will look fantastic. A few videos ago you can see the whole process of stripping this room of all the chipboard and reveal the beautiful wooden beams. Here you can see the outline of what once were two windows. It would be absolutely fantastic to get those back. Just imagine the view and the light. Then it was time to take out some of the bad floorboards. We knew of this damage before we bought the house, but how bad it exactly was now clear for the first time. And more sawdust. The sawdust got moist because of it being in contact with the soil beneath, and this caused a problem with the floor. The soil now was more or less dryish, so that's good, and it seems the problem was resolved by the former owners. It also means I will have to take all the floors out and maybe dig a bit so there's more space between the floor and the soil. And then the weather turned. Rain, and lots of it. And that means I cannot charge the power station and therefore have no light to work by, and neither can I use power tools. And the forecast didn't look so good, so I just locked the house down for winter and went home. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.